deserve. Feel me from the skin, tear me from the rain. Does it make you happy now? Tear me from the bone, tear me from myself. Are you feeling happy now? Welcome to the Rookie Critic YouTube channel.
Hey guys, how's it going? Just doing a little live stream. Don't really have anything planned on for it. Just testing one out again. I did a test earlier and it seemed to work. Everybody said that the microphone was working just fine. I just posted the Fandom Menace video just a little bit ago, and hopefully you guys should go check that out. It's the Fandom Menace community video where everybody did their little contributions and put in their words. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be doing a stream today, just a little bit. I've got plenty of stuff to do, but I don't know, just that I'd do live stream. I'm thinking about trying to do more live streams now that I know how to actually do them, because with school coming up, it'll be a little hard to get actual videos done along with work, school, other stuff. So maybe live streams will be a good way to do it. Just put out quick little videos and see what's up. I will admit that I would like to know how to get it so it's just like an avatar on the screen and not literally just a camera, because I mean, I'd like to be able to just be talking on it and be doing something else while I'm on here without having to worry about the camera or something just looking at me. But I don't know. As far as the topic to talk about, I mean, you know, I could talk about stuff that we all talk about all the time, like Star Wars, The Last Jedi, or whatnot, little things that go on in the news, but I don't really know. If anybody actually comes in here, what would you like to talk about? Let's have a conversation. I probably should have, scheduled a thing like 20 minutes ago or half an hour ago so that people would actually be aware that I'm going to go live so that I could interact with you guys, but that's my bad. I was uploading the video, and a 20-minute video takes like 45 minutes to render, which is a little annoying when you want to get other things done. And I didn't know if me going live, I don't know all the YouTube live stuff. Like, so if I go live and I'm also uploading a video, would I be able to still post that video and also go live? I don't really know. Also, when I'm setting up the YouTube live thing, well, I hope you all can hear me for one. Otherwise, you'd just be hearing nothing, which would be stupid. I have my Blue Yeti in and should be, going just fine. I apologize if I burp a little. I just ate some Papa Murphy's pizza and chugging a Pepsi. Probably shouldn't, but screw it, If you had Pepsi, or if you had a pizza the other day and you got leftovers, might as well have it for breakfast, you know what I'm saying, right? You guys might be thinking, as you're watching, that I have a lot of posters in my background, and I do, which may seem kind of childish, which you could say that it is, but I'll say it like this. Growing up, I was not one of those kids that had posters in my room. No, it was a pretty blank wall, but so my brother and I used to share a bedroom, and we had two loft beds that would go up. We didn't have the classic ones that has an upper bed and then a lower bed. We just had ones that are up, and then another one on the other side of the room that goes up. And we pretty much take up a big portion of the walls in the room and whatnot, and maybe have like a few pictures up on our wall, and that's basically it. But then when he moved out and I got rid of the loft beds and got my own bed and other furniture moved around, the walls were just straight up blank. And I'm the kind of person where if I stare at something blank for too long, if I'm just sitting in my room or I'm just chilling and there's nothing to distract me at all, like even a little bit, then I kind of start to get a little freaking crazy just staring at a blank wall. So this was after I got a job. I was making some money, earning quite a bit of cash. At the time, this is like a little bit after graduation, I didn't have any responsibilities, really. I didn't have any bills to pay for a little bit. So I'd go on Amazon and just look for posters that I think would look decent, that would look decent on the wall. And there you go. Just got some different ones. I don't know if you can see the other one. I like the moon guy on the wall and just sitting, he's just chilling on the moon. Astronauts just chilling on the moon, sipping a beer, looking at the Earth. I think that's pretty cool. I know that most people will probably be more focusing on that chick, which I don't even know who that is. I think that's Pussycat Dolls singer or something. I don't know. I could have gotten a more sexualized poster, but I didn't want to because that's pretty childish. It's just, if you just have all this other stuff on the wall and then there's nothing, they think, oh, you're a little boy. Then you put a picture of an actual woman on the wall, and then they still think you're a little boy. So you got me. I don't know. Yeah. So I guess I should say I'm going to go on a vacation next week, going to Akron, Ohio for a little while. So I'm going to try to have a few videos to post before I leave, or have some few videos to post when I get back. I don't really know how that's going to play out because I've got quite a few videos already recorded and they just all need to be edited. But the editing process takes a lot longer than I would like sometimes. I know on my channel it says that I talk about film topics, and I haven't really posted any videos that have anything to do about actual film topics other than when I do a couple reviews or do talk about a couple movies. But I mean, the kind of stuff I want to talk about is like streaming versus discs. Like, talk about the actual streaming services alone, see how DVDs are. A lot of people talk about how movie theaters, are losing interest, and some people don't want to go, and there's all these issues with movie theaters. I want to talk about how we could improve them, or what, if there's any word about how they actually plan on improving movie theaters. That's the kind of stuff I kind of want to talk about with film topics. This one girl that I used to know, this one girl that I went on a date with, I'd say at least once. She brought up, she was asking me what I want to do with my career, and I said I want to go into film, and she was like, "Well, why don't you take theater classes?" And I was like, "Theater classes? Why would I do that?" And she's like, "Well, they're basically the same thing." And I had to think about that for a second because I thought they were the same thing for a minute, and then just after about 30 seconds of thinking, I'm like, no, they're not even close. They're not even close to the same thing at all. They are very different. So, well, how are they different? Well, for one, with film, cameras are essential to the story. With the play, you can have cameras that are there to record, but for the most part, you're just doing it in front of a live audience, and that's fine, too. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's not essential with cameras. Cameras can help shape your story. What is the camera doing? Is it doing a bunch of cuts? Is it moving along with you? Is the color grade in it good? Is it, who are you looking at? How close is the camera to their face? Medium shot, close up, wide shot? What are we doing? What scenery are we seeing? Transitions, like all these things are just with cameras alone that make film very different than theater. In theater, I would say, yeah, acting is a little similar to film, but I can't really say that for sure. But most people seem to start with theater and then go to film with their acting, so those two are probably similar. With theater, I think that they do repeat performances quite often, repeat live performances quite often, as to where with filming, you pretty much just do as many takes as you need to for a scene, and then you have it filmed, and you don't really need to film that same thing again. You might need, other people might try to attempt the same thing, but it's always very different when they do. And again, this all plays into what the camera's doing, what the director's doing, what the dialogue is. There's huge differences, and you could film something that looks kind of bad and then save it in the edit. Just ask Ivan Ortega, whom has made a re-edit of The Last Jedi, which we've only seen a teaser trailer for so far, but that already looks like it's improved so much. Any little snippets that he's given us over all this time looks looks pretty darn good, which will be pretty awesome. I am a little disappointed that nobody's jumped in here yet. I've been hoping that somebody's going to distract me for a sec, because it's been 10 minutes already, and I have just been rambling on and on and on so far. I don't even know. Do I have one person watching? Is that right? Yep. Hey. Oh, hey, Winston. What's up, man? All right, thank goodness. So how's it going, Winston? I don't know how much of this you've been listening to so far, but I'm literally not talking about anything specific. I was just going on for a second about the difference between film and theater, which is a video I plan on doing at some point. But I was thinking, since I can do live streams right now, since I just figured out how to do live streams, I might think about doing these often, like before school or while I'm going to the bus stop or something. I might be able to bust out some more content, because so far I have a bunch of videos that are almost ready, but just are going to take a little more time. I got to find all the footage. I got to find footage. I got to find images to put over them. I got to edit my audio when I do different takes. It's a little bit ridiculous. Living the dream, man. That's cool. That's good. Are you on the West Coast where it's like noon, or are you on the East where your day is almost halfway over or something? I've been noticing that quite a bit lately with YouTube. There's everybody's from everywhere that's got completely different times. Sometimes it's like 10 a.m. Where I am, where like Comic Arts Pro Secrets is live streaming, and then someone else is like, oh, they're about to go to bed, and it's like 8 p.m. I don't know. That's just crazy. But East Coast, all right, nice. So your day is already pretty much, mostly over, but halfway over. That's cool. I got to go to work in a couple hours. Working Subway, making sandwiches. That's what I'm doing so far, but whatever. All right. Is there anything that you want to talk about, Sir Winston? Because I do not exactly know. I'm going to take a sip of Pepsi real quick while I think. As Jeremy would say, a sip of Pepsi for the working man. So did you follow me possibly like through World Class Bullshitters or EVS or any of them that were talking? What are my thoughts on the new Halloween? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about how I used to kind of like those types of movies, the slasher killer movies, but Halloween was not one of the ones that really caught my attention. Now, I don't even really remember the commercial for the new one, the trailer, but I do remember, I think he was like getting approached by somebody at a prison, and he's like in a courtyard in the prison and kind of standing there, and other people are laughing at him, goofing off, and some guy approaches him with his mask. Now, Halloween is the one with Michael Myers, right? I'm not trying to get any of them confused. There are plenty of slasher serial killer movies. This is the guy with the white face that just kind of tries to. I don't even remember what is his grief. Michael Myers' grief. I know that he like was invading a town or something. Yeah, John Carpenter. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How many Halloween movies did they have? I know that Friday the 13th and with Jason and The Nightmare on Elm Street, and just a bunch of those movies had a quadrillion sequels in different parts of their universe. And excuse me, it was Halloween one of the ones that had a bunch also, or just a couple of them. Original screenplay, it was processed by the Celtic Spirit. Okay, that makes a little more sense. See, because sometimes I'm not sure if they're just supposed to be invincible people, or if they were like science experiments, and then they just can't get killed, or they keep on getting resurrected by cults or something. To be honest, I probably will watch some of these horror films again one of these days, but I haven't been in that mood. When I first got Netflix in 2011, most of the selections they had were horror films, and I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. I'll watch a lot of horror movies, and I did. I watched one called The Chair. I watched Breathing Room. I watched, there's like ABC Killer. There's a bunch of different horror films that I watched, and I think after the dozenth one, I really stopped caring about horror films. I was just like, nothing about them made me want to watch it anymore. There wasn't actual fear involved anymore. And as far as characters to get attached to goes, they're all so easily unlikable. And if anything, I'd rather be watching a movie and thinking that it's not a horror film, and then like halfway through, if it sort of starts to turn into one where characters that I've been getting used to this whole time might actually get threatened and killed, you might get me there. I don't know. That might be a good way to get someone like me interested. Now, did you see the new Predator movie? I did not go see the new Predator movie yet, normally I'm good on seeing new films, and this year I was going to try to see like 40 new films, but just haven't been feeling like going. I saw quite a few movies. I saw like 12 Strong, Proud Mary, Death Wish, Annihilation, uh, Hotel Artemis. I saw quite a few of them, and I was trying to branch out of seeing movies that I'm familiar with. I had no idea what these movies were about at all, and I mean they were all not horrible movies, but they were all there's not that much to say about them. Like, of course, there's Avengers: Infinity War and Deadpool 2 that I saw, and Incredibles 2, but those are the only three that I saw that I knew anything about. The other ones I was given a chance. Yeah, storytelling is lacking extremely these days. That's what I'm feeling. It's like I feel like with a lot of these films, there's good concepts that are there, but they just don't execute them very well at all. They're just like they have a great idea, and then they're like, well, how quickly can we get this out? And throw a little bit of crap on there, and then we'll just send it out, and maybe we'll make our money back. Who knows? Who cares? Let's start working on the next one. I mean, they made a freaking overboard reboot. I mean, what the hell? Good actors, good effects, just lame story. Yeah, exactly. So I was about to talk about the Predator. So I did not go and see the new Predator just yet, and I don't know if I even will see it in theaters. I'll probably wait till that's on DVD, honestly. But the trailers gave me the idea that instead of going, okay, from what I remember, the Predator was a stealth killer. He was very quiet. He might have made a few clicking noises or something, a little bit like quietly in the dark. He would watch his prey. He would hunt them down. He would slowly pick them off. He wasn't, and then if they did actually come out and they see him, they're about to fight, he'd take down his weapons and, fight them hand to hand. He doesn't care. And that kind of stuff was cool. Now it seems, based on the trailer, that he's just a classic monster that goes, I'm going to get you. Rah, I'm super strong. Look at me. And that just looks so uninteresting. I don't know why people would want to see that. And I keep on trying to think about how to counter this. A lot of people say that, they want to laugh when they're at a movie. Like, if a movie makes you laugh, then that means that the movie is good. If a movie laughs, does it make it a good movie? I mean, if it makes you laugh, does that mean it's good? Because I don't know. Yeah, the creepy stealth. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now they made it like another monster. And I just liked the idea of a highly intelligent alien that, looks creepy and is kind of horrific, that, just uses his technology of his planet and, uses all these skills that he learns about hunting. He tries to slowly sees how his prey works, and then strikes when he feels like it, makes himself a trophy, whatever. Sometimes he'll strike when it's fair, sometimes he'll strike when it's completely unfair. But, it gave it, that action type of thing, as well as a creepy suspense type of thing. And now when they just come out of the screen and come out of the shadows and go, we're gonna get you, I'm gonna kill you, we're scary. It just, because I don't know, that's not creepy anymore. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I was more of a hunter than a tank. Yeah, exactly. And that kind of made me think, okay, if that guy is a stealthy hunter and killer, then you have to be stealthy as well, which is how Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to actually beat him in the first Predator film. He had to use his smarts. As strong as Arnold Schwarzenegger is, the biggest man in the universe, like, it doesn't matter. He has to use his cunning to outsmart this other cunning creature. And it's like the creature's smarter and stronger and more technologically advanced, but you have to use your brain in order to somehow counter that. And he's got his muscles, which are a big help, but he's got to use his brains to fight him. Otherwise, he's going to get killed like his whole team did. That one guy with the sword that confronted him, I kind of wanted to see a fight with that and see a cool battle, which they kind of did in the Predators movie that came out a few years ago. But yeah, if he got his ass kicked like that, I think if they all attacked him at once, they'd still get their asses kicked. They'd have to come at him in a smart way. And that's just one Predator. And then if you introduce more Predators, you got to make it seem, more worth it, more motive. I don't know. In the Alien versus Predators, I feel like they had a good idea going, but again, was poorly executed. I like how they had, how he kind of helped the one girl, get suited up with the alien head for like a shield, and get the spear as part of the armor, and so like that was pretty cool. And how those two were the last ones to fight, but. Yeah, the video game. I didn't play the video game, but one of my buddies had the video game, and while I was over doing something else at his house, he'd be playing it, and it looked pretty cool. Finding the little face huggers and everything. Like, I don't know, how is it that games sometimes get the feel of what the movie wanted to do better? How the hell does that work? And then when they want to make a movie about a game, they can't do shit. It's like video games know what the hell they're doing, and films don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know. Man, like I said, so I don't know if you've seen a bunch of my other videos, but I can go on rants, which is why in my other videos I try to stick to a script and say what I'm going to say in a cohesive way. But when I'm on my own and I'm just talking, I can just blather on and on, dude. I can just go from one thing to the next and to the next, to the next, to the next. My words start to slur, or I talk too fast that you can't understand what the hell I'm saying. If that does happen, let me know so I can just, slow down or, chill out and, just gather it all in my head so I can say what I'm going to say next so it doesn't, freak you out enough. Hey, the vision that beats the bear gift. What's up, man? Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I just learned how to stream yesterday, and I'm just trying to get the hang of it right now. I thought I'd try to stream today and see what's up, see if it actually works, make sure that my microphone is good. Am I talking too loud? Am I talking just right? Is it picking up okay? That's the one thing I was worried about, was the audio not working. I do not want to pull an Uncle E, an EVS screw up, a boomer mess up. I'm only 24, so that shouldn't happen. Based on age, that shouldn't happen. You good? Yep, thanks, man. All right, so I've been yammering for 20 minutes, and I don't even remember where I was. I was going to go somewhere at the beginning with what I was talking about, and talked about the Predator for a little bit, and how I don't think it's going to be good. So, okay, comedy with it. EVS does a lot, and eats a lot of pie. And that's true. But to be fair, I do eat a lot of pizza. EVS may drink and eat a lot of pie, but I do eat a lot of pizza and drink a lot of soda. Which, you would. Okay, I'll talk about alcohol for right now. I'll shift it from movies and stuff. There'll be plenty of videos and live streams where we'll talk about film for sure, but not that many where I'm going to talk about food. So. I did post a video that's like 20 minutes long where I talk about how I'm a picky eater. All right, thanks, man, again, for the update on that. That's good. So I made a video that I am a picky eater, and a lot of people think that picky eaters are just, very choosy with their food, but it's like, say EVS loves his pies. He loves the taste of pie. If I put a pie in my mouth, okay, when he puts one in his mouth, he goes, this is delicious. My tongue likes it. When I put it in my mouth, I go, oh, this is disgusting. This doesn't taste good at all. Get the crap out of here. And I'll tell you a few things that I don't like. I was going to talk about beer. So beer to me tastes like piss. I don't know why, but like I tried Bud Light Lime. The very first actual beer I tried, I thought was Coors or something, but apparently it was Pabst Blue Ribbon, and that was disgusting. I was projectile vomiting that crap. Then Blue Moon, just there was so much other stuff, which is gross. Hey man, I'm not bad mouthing weed, man. That's to be honest about weed, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yep. Thanks, man. Yep. See you next time. That's cool. Just drop in whenever you can or watch it later. That's cool. I'll be trying to do live streams more often, so you'll be able to catch me more often with that. So that's all right. But yeah, I don't expect that many people to drop in. It's just random, and I never live streamed before, so nobody's really up to date on that. But so with beer, like I tried a Blue Moon, I tried Bud Light Lime, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Unknowingly, I tried that, but that of course is disgusting. Then I went to a couple of restaurants and tried to have some draft beer. Like maybe beer out of a bottle isn't as good as a draft, and just every time I taste beer, any whatever flavor, it tastes like piss. To be fair, I've only tried maybe like 6 beers or 7 or 8 different types of beers, but yeah, thanks, man. I'll be growing soon. Like I said, I named myself the Rookie on purpose because that's where I'm growing, and at some point it'll be a lot better. A Guinness, yeah, I have thought. See, I don't like beers yet, but I do think that a Guinness looks like I would like it. But a lot of people have said that it might taste too bitter or sweet or something in a way that I might not like. A lot of people that I know say just they think that I won't like a Guinness, but I want to try a Guinness just so I know if I do or don't. But then I thought since all the beers I've tried were light beers, maybe dark beers. I've not tried a dark beer yet. And but okay, so I may not be a beer fan, but I do like vodka. I do like whiskey. I like a Fireball. I mean, I know that that's not the best type of shot, but that was one of the first ones that I tried that I enjoyed enough. It burned a little going down, but I liked it. I could have another one. Those were good. A Moscow Mule isn't horrible. Like, see, I'm about taste. Like if Scotch on ice. Okay, yeah, I've tried some Scotch, but I don't think I had it on ice or anything. I think it was just like a shot of Scotch. I think it was Irish Scotch, but I don't know if there's different types of Irish Scotch. My brother just came by with one time and was like, "Here, have some of this crap," and just had it, and it was pretty good. It was all right. Like I'm about taste. Like with me, it's not about getting drunk or anything. I mean, of course, if I am in a sour mood, it's probably good to get me at least a little buzzed so I can be more fun because I can be a little bit of a downer if I'm not buzzed. If I'm if we're out drinking or something, trying to have a good time. But it's a good sip and drink. Okay, yeah, that's good advice on that. Trying to think of other drinks that I've tried. See, I don't go to actual bars all the time, but like sometimes I'll go to Red Robin or Buffalo Wild Wings or something and have a burger. And usually like Coke tastes like I like the taste of Coke or Pepsi. That those go good with the food that I'm eating. But sometimes some drinks that I've tried there are pretty good. A rum and Coke, I don't remember if I liked that or not. I do know that when I had my first rum and Coke, I was with my sister. It was like the day of my birthday, but like everybody had other things to do, so we moved the party to later. But after work, she decided to take me out to get a drink, my first legal drink, and we were getting a rum and Coke because I like Coke, so she thought rum would work. But I thought the way everybody says rum and Coke, they say it like, "You want a rum and Coke? Want a rum and Coke? Want a rum and Coke? Want a rum and Coke?" I thought it was a Roman Coke. So when the waiter comes up, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a Roman Coke, please." And he just laughed his ass off. He's like, "Oh, it's your first drink, huh?" Yeah, so whatever. Not too embarrassed about that. That's all right. Yeah, I hear you, man. Drinking too much, leads to a lot of problems. And Captain Morgan's, no, that's a good suggestion. I actually did. I have a Captain Morgan's. It's a Captain Morgan's. I forget what flavor it was, but I do have a Captain Morgan's, but I haven't tried it yet. My best friend who's in the Marines, he has just recently gone to a diving school to learn how to like be an underwater engineer. And when he gets back, that's when I want to drink it with him. So I'm waiting to try that one with him. But yeah, Captain Morgan looks like I might like it too, but I'm not sure. And there's like, I don't think I've tried actual rum. It tastes like Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that might be one that I like then. Like, I don't really love Dr. Pepper, but if it's like a soda like taste, like Sprite or anything, then I'll probably like it because anything that's similar to soda, I'll most likely like. There's some champagne I think that I've tried that wasn't horrible. It was okay. Like it didn't taste like crap. Wine, I tried like one or two different types of wine before, and it was all right. Like I wouldn't go, "Hey, give me another," but it was like, okay. I mean, I could have it. It's not the worst. Yeah, Jarhead, like DNC. Yeah, I guess so. What's DNC? What's DNC? See, when I see that, oh, your buddy, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, kind of like that. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and it's like my buddy used to be like the drinker. Like what's funny, like my friend, he and I are almost completely opposite in some ways, but then in other ways we are like, bam, we completely connect. Like, he's great at sports and I love sports, but I'm not as good at all. He used to be a huge drinker, but he's not a huge drinker anymore. And I used to never be a drinker, but if you do get me a drink that I like and I do start drinking enough, I do start to become really freaking fun. So there's that. But you mentioned weed before. It may surprise you. It may surprise you big time, Winston, but I've never smoked weed. I know that I look like I have. A lot of people tell me that they are surprised. They all expect that I have smoked weed before because if you look at my eyes right now, like, my eyes to me are wide open, but they just like slit. They're barely open with a slit. And I have to forcibly open them like this to tell you that, okay, I'm not high. Like, look, they're open, but my eyes are just relaxed and calm and chill. Hey, Geek Chorus, what's up, man? He works, he can't stay. That's all right. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I just posted the Fandom Menace video, and I put a bunch of your Photoshop things at the end of the video. I would have put them in toward the beginning, but there's a bunch of other comments and stuff too. And if you have any more stuff like that, I'm going to be making a Fandom Menace trilogy videos soon. Those will take a while to make, but excuse me. If you have more stuff, feel free to send them my way, and those will be included. If you have anything you want to record, like, I'm looking for videos too to play because those are easier to edit into the videos. But if you check out one of my other videos that I posted recently about let's make a Fandom Menace trilogy, I ask similar things that I asked for the other video, but I ask for a little more stuff that shows that you're a fan and whatnot. Like, not that shows that you're a fan, but shows that you like Star Wars and whatnot. All right, thanks, man. You have a good day. Yeah, fun at work. Work sucks, but enjoy it. My work is still another 4.5 hours away from now, so that's totally okay. So I still got some time to burn. You have a song parody that you're working on? Oh yeah, cool. That'd be cool. I'd like to put visuals to that. No problem. Is it a song parody about the High Council or the Fandom Menace that you're doing? You have a song parody that you're working on, and maybe I could put visuals with? Yeah, but yeah, send that my way whenever you can, and I'll work on it. And before I would post it or anything with the thing, I would share it with you too, so that you are okay with it. I wouldn't put it out there without your approval because it'd be your creation on it. You're one of the old guys. Saw A New Hope when it was first released. Yeah, man. Winston, that's that's pretty cool. Speaking of that, did you ever have? Since you saw it back in the old days with it, did you have one of these little things? Now, my mom used to work at the movie theater around when Star Wars A New Hope came out, and these are from a year after. So these were a year after The New Hope came out. And, they're way older than me. And she had a bunch of Star Wars stuff from back then, but she never saw why Star Wars was so cool. It took her a long time to get used to it because she thought people were getting brainwashed. She thought everybody would walk into Star Wars and come out brainwashed or something, so she held off. But yeah, these were from the 70s or early 80s or something from back there, and I don't know, they're not as articulate as some of the other Star Wars toys that they made, but I still think it's pretty cool and in good condition, and I try to keep them in good condition. I don't ever touch them. They're just for display and whatnot. No, we were dirt poor, only had Darth Vader and Luke. Hey, well, that's all right too, man. That's totally fine. I kind of wish that I didn't get rid of a bunch of other Star Wars stuff. At one point, we had Star Wars stamps, but I gave them to my science teacher because he is the biggest nerd ever from back in the day, and we had like a Yoda, Darth Vader, C-3PO, and a Stormtrooper like stamp to stamp things with, which was pretty funny. Here comes more work my way. Gotta go. Talk to you later. We'll see you later, Geek Chorus. Try to muster through work. I know that work is a bitch, but yeah, get through it, man. And like I said, there'll be more live streams later on. Jeff the Iron Wolf and I might do a live stream tomorrow together if we can figure out how the hell to do that. Because we wanted to chit chat and talk. So Jeff the Iron Wolf and I might do that, but no guarantees for tomorrow. It'd be sometime in the afternoon, West Coast time, probably in the evening, East Coast, but I don't know. Don't take my word for it. I got tons of old toys I bought for the boy. Yep. 1 through 3. Yep, that makes sense. What's funny about that for the toys for 1 through 3, Winston, is that, as bad as a lot of people think that they were, all those toys at least look unique and cool, as to where the Last Jedi toys and the new ones all look so bland. Like, I'm trying to think in my little kid mind when I was younger, because I had a bunch of Star Wars toys. There was a bunch of Jedi, there was a bunch of aliens and whatever from the prequels that I saw that I don't really remember what they were doing, but like I don't remember their importance in the film. They might have been in the prequels for like a whole 30 seconds, but I wanted them. But then you look at the new ones and Rey, Jin, like all these people, I don't care. Like I know I'm an adult, but I'm trying to think in my kid mind, would I want a Holdo action figure? Hell no. That's the one that I would yell at my mom for getting me. Like, why the hell did you get that? It's a prank. What are you doing? I don't know. It's tons of school. You have tons of cool stormtroopers. Yeah, that's cool. I only had a few of them. I had, for some reason, we had quite a few Han duplicates. Like, not Han duplicates, but you know how there's like Han with a jacket, Han on Endor, Han on Cloud City and whatnot. We had quite a few of those. A couple of Darth Mauls. I loved how the lightsabers fit in their hands all the time. I would always use those. And the son and I were going to keep collecting for the new stuff, but then they screwed it up. Yeah, well, what do you know? Your kids will learn someday that they should have kept on collecting or should have taken better care of them, because even me as a kid, like I wanted to hold on to my stuff, but I thought they were taking up too much space, so I got rid of quite a few things. I kept my Star Wars stuff, but there was like other toys that I kind of wish that I kept, just so I can show my kids or look at for nostalgia or something. Just like, this was a toy back then. Now look at these crap ones now. I don't know if I'll make a separate video or if I'll have this in the Phantom Menace trilogy of videos. I've got a whole box of old Star Wars toys that I used to play with. They were played with a bunch of freaking times. And yeah, the wife loves selling old toys at yard sales. Yeah, speaking of yard sales, I remember, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade when I was starting to sell my toys from my childhood, and a lot of them were Power Ranger toys, dinosaurs. I didn't sell the Star Wars ones, like I said. Those ones we kept. But I thought, okay, a used toy that I used like for at least 10 years, I thought $5. $5, and then okay, another toy that I used quite a bit, $6. Another toy that I used quite a bit, $2.50. Another toy that I used a whole bunch, $3. But yeah, of course, people that were coming were like, "Oh, $5. How's $1 sound?" And yeah, you forced her to keep the Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah, and Legos. Yeah, good idea. That stuff's expensive. Legos are expensive. I didn't realize that until recently. I was trying to get toys for my nephew, trying to get him some Legos too, so he can have like a set to build with. Dude, they are freaking expensive. I mean, one box of Legos is, like $15, and that's only for that type of thing. And then if you want to have them have more stuff, you got to get more, and you got to get more, and you got to get more. Holy crap. If you have a Lego collection, keep them. Keep that shit. They will make the same Lego things that will fit with your Legos 50 years from now. Keep that. I watched the Toys That Made Us documentary series. Apparently, their Legos, ever since, I forget what year they officially made their actual official design, but those Legos would fit with ones that made today, and that it's keep them. We also had a bunch of Duplo blocks, those bigger Legos that are freaking huge, and we let somebody borrow them. Man, they lost like half of them. There was at least over 100. Maybe I would say there was more like 200 or 300 of the Duplo Lego blocks, and somebody lost like half of them. And my mom spent years collecting those for us to play as kids. I have two other siblings, and we'd build those for walls and pyramids. We'd use them for class projects sometimes, and somebody just carelessly lost them. And it's like, those, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars that was over time. I don't know how long that took to collect, but I mean, God, what a bummer. Like, that stuff, like collecting stuff or things like that is expensive. It is expensive. I mean, even the old Yu-Gi-Oh cards I used to have and Pokemon cards. My God, the holes it must have burned in my parents' wallets. Holy shit. I mean, I really wish that I was aware of this as a kid because, but you can't be as a kid because you don't have to work for anything you earn. You just get it and you don't appreciate it as much. As soon as you get a job is when you realize, holy shit, I wish things were taken much better care of. Yeah, that's what you did in the old days with them. Build your own stuff. Yeah, and building your own stuff. I mean, that's part of the fun, right? I mean, to mix some of the old stuff with the new and not just throw it out. Like even if it gets kind of old, you find another use for it, right? You don't just kick it out to the curb. If it doesn't work the way that it's intended to for a long time, then you start using it for something else, right? Like if it can't be, if this Chewbacca can't somehow be used as an action figure for fighting anymore, then have it be, I don't know, like a weapon that you can hurl at other people. I don't know. When I was a kid, I had a very big imagination when playing with toys, and like a toy like this I wouldn't be able to do much with. It'd have to have more articulation and like the elbows and the knees and feet, and be able to have like weapons put into his hands, because I would have two toys and have them have a sword fight thing and kicks and punches, and then have other toys all set up and then have them all come up and do it. I hate seeing kids that just take two toys and clank them together. I don't understand how that's doing anything. How is this in your head going, yes, I'm doing something? To me, I'm like, no, you got to set them up. You got to have the things already as that. And this is when I was like 5, and I would always set all my guys up. But I'll change the subject a little bit. It's 40 minutes only. It feels like it's been like 10 minutes. This goes by fast live streaming. Holy crap. Have I even taken a pause, honestly? Or have I just been talking this whole time? Like, have I taken any pauses? I'm going to take one now. Yeah, it's weird. See, when I know the camera's on me, I feel like I have to talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you're sticking around for the stream, Winston. Having a conversation, having people bounce back is very helpful. In some of my videos, I'm trying to record without a script, and like I can do it, but I feel like it's just I'm talking to myself, and I don't know if people are actually caring about what I'm rambling about sometimes, and it's good to have a little feedback like that. Yeah, with Star Wars, I don't know if you checked out the Jedi comic that I posted on my site, but one of my relatives, when I was a little kid, yeah, man, seriously, live chats are freaking awesome. But like when I was a little kid, when I was maybe, I thought I was a little kid. Maybe I was in middle school, so maybe I was 10 or a teenager. I don't know. But one of my relatives drew a Star Wars comic book. He drew his own and made his own little story. He didn't publish it anywhere. I don't remember his actual name. I don't remember what he looked like. I don't even know who in my family to contact in order to see who he was and to see if he has any more or what he's up to or anything. But he gave that to me just so I can color. He's like, hey, I'm done with it. Here you go. You can color it or something. And I was like, okay. And I kept it with some of my other with some of my old Star Wars stories that I made when I was a kid. And I was just looking through stuff recently, and I was just like, dude, like, should I share this? Because the drawings were pretty good. I mean, they weren't they weren't what I would say a professional would do, but it's still pretty unique for just some nobody. Because I think when he drew them, he was 17. Like 16 or 17, and I posted the Jedi comic thing on my site, and a few people have looked at them, but I mean they are kind of long videos, and it is just me holding it open and kind of reading the panels as I'm talking. I don't really know what to say while I'm going through them, but yeah, you're into art, and it's funny how now comic art is accepted as an art. Yeah, it is. It is kind of funny. Speaking of art, Ethan Van Sciver, Comic Arts Pro Secrets. I was watching him just so I can watch his Star Wars stuff, because I was just watching a World Class Bullshitters thing, and he was talking about forming the High Council with the Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I was like, I'll check this guy out. And he had a couple funny videos about Star Wars up, and then soon after he launched his Cyberfrog comic, and I was just like, okay, so I got to hear this Cyberfrog crap going on, while I'm waiting for the Star Wars news, but after like the 7th video of him promoting his Cyberfrog, I was really starting to get interested in the story, and the more images he was showing, the more I was starting to kind of want to see what happens. And then at some point I was just like, okay, I gotta freaking back this thing. He did it. I think when he extended it for another month, I was like, okay, he extended it for another month, I'll bite. And then later he was showing his Rainbow Brute ideas and the concept and talking about it, and at first I was like, oh, how can you make a thing out of that? But then I was listening again and kept on talking more about it, and I'm like, okay, this sounds like one of the best freaking ideas ever, and I backed that too. And same with Lone Star, like in Red Rooster. Like I never read a comic in my life. I've never read a comic book. Never had any interest. I'll probably do another shorter live stream at some point talking about how EVS kind of got me interested in comics, and now I also want to see Jeff Hicks stealing Solo. That seems like a brilliant idea. Like, it's great. Yeah, before you were blasted in art class at units or at unis if you asked anything about it. I'm a collector. EVS got me back into modern comics. Yeah, well, that's good, man. That you're a collector. So, do you have any old comic books from the old days? See, when I say old, I mean at least 20 years old or older. I guess people have different definitions of it. I assume most people collected the Marvel and DC stuff, but did you collect any of the? And was there any indie comics back in the day? Was there any smaller comic book publishers or industries that were around? I mean, I could research it, but like I said, I hardly have the interest. But just these few stories that they've been able to pitch have caught my attention. And any of the Marvel stuff, DC, I love their shows and movies, their animated stuff, but I just never. Sorry, I got a text. Just never really got into it for some reason, but then these guys are able to get me into it. It's crazy. My gem is FS number 5, the app of Dr. Doom. I have the first app of Silver Surfer and a few others. Silver Surfer and Copper Age. Okay. That's cool. To be honest, I only know Fantastic Four. Okay, that makes sense. FF. Okay. Fantastic Four, the Age of Dr. Doom. Now, was Dr. Doom a badass back in those days? Because so far, as far as the TV iterations have been, or the movie ones, I should say, he's kind of a bitch. Like, as far as the ones that they've shown on cinema. But I did see some of the animated versions of Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom seems pretty cool in those ones. He seems almost overpowered in the cartoons, but in the movies, he is a little bitch. So yeah, I'm hoping he had good origins. I've heard a little bit about some of his origins from some other YouTubers that talk about him quite a bit, but I don't know. I'd like to see a cool version of him. He seems like he'd be a cool villain, but they always keep on just making him be this, oh, ha, ha, I am going to kill you because I don't like you and I'm jealous or something, and you got the girl, not me, so, and I'm like, there's got to be a better story with him. But all right, it's been just about 50 minutes, Winston, and anybody else who watches this later. I've got a lot of things I got to do today, but this was fun talking. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock right here in the West Coast. I got to go to work in a couple hours, but appreciate you listening and talking with me, Winston. And yeah, I'll be doing more live streams soon. And yeah, he invented the time machine, so he's alive in multiple times. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. That sounds kind of cool. It sounds like something that an intelligent, evil villain genius would come up with at some point. But I'm about to end the stream now, man. Have a good rest of your day. I don't really know how to close out a live stream, honestly, or if you should wind down. But yeah, I think I've said enough for today. Like I said, I'll probably stream more over the weekend or going into next week. I'm going on a vacation for 7 days, but that starts Tuesday night, and then school starts after I get back. But we'll see. We'll see when I stream and post stuff. You might see a small gap on when I post things, but it'll be all right. All right. Yep. I'll just say, have a good day. We're at 49 minutes, and that shall end the stream. Sure you want to end the stream? Yeah.